Here we go. A Michigan automaker is issuing parking tickets to employees who
Well, what
return to
automaker
work
is it?
in vehicles by rival manufacturers. Jeep's parent company, who?
Stellantis.
Is handing out fines to employees at their headquarters parking lot in Detroit for parking in the wrong spots when their cars aren't made by the firm they work for, according to employees. The company parking lot is reserved for employees driving Stellantis-made vehicles with rival cars barred from the premises.
Well, from
Where
that
do you
parking
park your
lot, yes.
non-Stellantis vehicles? Employees say it's insulting to tell workers that despite having a huge parking lot, decks well under capacity, that they still don't have the right to park in them or cover parking at all. They must go to a roof parking or avoid parking altogether on property. Check that out. Both Ford, one more thing, I'm sorry, go on, I just lost my place. But both Ford Motor Company and General Motors have changed their policies at certain headquarters saying that they're not really doing that for the employees. But Ford Dearborn Factory reported banned employees from the parking lot without a Ford vehicle. Now, this happened when I worked for Turbo Hydromatic, Fisher Body. They frowned on it. They didn't ticket you, but they frowned on you buying or driving another vehicle. So one employee reported being ticketed for an Eagle Talon sports car in a Stellantis parking lot, despite Eagle being a nameplate of the Chrysler brand, which is now owned by the company. Seems like security needs a little history lesson on what brands are what. So the debate isn't over. They're still doing it. You park your car by not, having the right one in the vehicle, you'll get a ticket.
Richardson Chevrolet used to do that, and they made all the employees, if you didn't buy a Chevrolet from Richardson Chevrolet, then you had to park at the very back of the lot.
Yeah, they still give you some opportunities, but you had to walk like a quarter mile in the rain, sleet, snow, all that stuff. So shame on you.
Yeah. All right, time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2026 Chevy Equinox EV. Available trim levels, the LT1, the LT2, and the RS. I had the RS. This is considered a small SUV, but boy, I'll tell you what, that's pressing it to say small. Anyway, 5 seats in this, including the driver, all new in 2024. So all new design. It really does look sharp. Sharp looking exterior design with slit lighting up front. RS had a blacked out faux grille with, doesn't need a grill because it's electric, remember? Big 21-inch wheels, sharp rear hatch with sunshade over the back glass. What I liked about it, gets high marks for styling, I think. What could use improvement? Not a fan of two-tone paint. That's an option that you can get. When did we go back to two-tone paint?
Let's go back to wood panel.
Well, yeah, real wood.
Yeah.
Ours did not have the two-tone, I'm glad to report. I've seen especially the blue one with the white top. All I can think of is the old Houston Police Department paint scheme.
Oh.
Interior highlights, color options, enhance the interior bling on this RS. Layered 2 screens are unique and are good. Column shift is great. I loved it. And it opens up the center console for other stuff. Infotainment controls work great and are easy to understand. Cargo trunk room, well, adequate for most, I would say, for a small SUV. What I liked, the Evotex seating surfaces. They seem industrial in black, but you can get some highlights in different colors that really makes it pop. Evotex, that's one of those kind of like, name one of those old school plastic things that they came up with. Plastic seats. But they came up with names for them. It was always very interesting, the names that they, like pleather. Yeah, it's Evotex. What could use improvement? Nothing. Drivetrain. Electric motor works great. 2 motor options give 300 horsepower and 355 pound-feet of torque. Horsepower 0 to 67.8 seconds, adequate for most, not a rocket ship by any means. Direct drive transmission, obviously the electric motor is connected to the wheels. Tow rating 1,500 pounds, not a lot, but what do you need? This is an electric EV SUV. So 117 miles per gallon city is what it's rated, and it's called MPGe. Highway is 100 miles combined, 31 kilowatts per 100 miles. You do the math. I've tried.
Thanks.
I failed.
Thanks.
I got 2.9 kilowatt hours over 387.6 miles. Do you get that? EPA rated at 319 mile range. What I liked, front or all-wheel drive is available. It's nice to have the option. Long-range version would be a nice improvement, I think, a bigger battery. What I liked about it, the ride and handling, nice, smooth. What could use improvement? Steering wheel mounted controls were a little confusing. They seem to have, all of the manufacturers have a penchant for putting things on the steering wheel that you're not quite sure what they are until you hit the button.
Yeah.
And your Buick has probably got the same thing.
I'll tell you a story when you're done with your review.
Okay. So there's that. A base trim price, $44,200. Price is tested $52,945. You can get in this thing for as little as $35,100. Good luck in trying to find one of those.
Wow.
Competitors, the Mustang Mach-E for $37,795. Hyundai Ioniq 5 starts at $35,000. And the Tesla Model Y starts at $39,990 miles.
Wow.
Sorry, not miles.
Dollars.
Thank you. I'm looking at other things.
I know.
On this sheet of
I was
paper
doing that
here.
earlier.
Next week, I'll review the Kia Carnival. Don't laugh. Don't make fun. It's a nice vehicle.
Isn't it Carnival?
Okay, you can pronounce it that way.
I would like to.
Yeah. And put on your beret and whatever else.
I feel like I'm bilingual when I talk like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The story is I found a button on my steering wheel. I didn't even know. I've never knew I had it. And just the other day, I was telling Kathy last night, look at this. And it changes the channel up and down rather than going through it. Look at this. It's on the steering wheel. How about that?
There is that.
Along with
hey,
the
if you'd like
40.
to get in touch with us, send us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We're back after this quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches millions of folks around the globe each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and don't forget our podcasts. Catch our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guests, new car reviews, along with popular features including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, the latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing days. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us. This is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, our story of the week. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar, Mars has This Week in Auto History, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong, so glad that you could join us for our live version of this show right here on this Saturday morning. It's a pleasant Saturday here in Houston, Texas. We've got a big cruise-in coming up next week. It's the Easter Tailpipes and Tacos cruise-in at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy. Time now for our story of the week.
Okay, gather around people.
Mr. Mars, are you back with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I'd like for you to participate in this if we have a little discussion here.
Oh, I got lots of things to say today.
Apparently not.
Go, Michael.
But that's okay.
Oh, you talking about here? Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not sure about here, there, or anywhere at this point of the day.
I understand.
So here's the story of the week. Communication breakdowns topped customer complaints about dealership service departments in 2025, appearing in nearly half of all negative online reviews. This is a story from Automotive News. That finding is prompting service managers to mine social media feedback for operational fixes, and some, including Shanahan Westfall, are responding to every review personally. Westfall, general manager of Heron Gear Infinity in Jackson, Mississippi, takes social media comments about his dealership seriously. He sees them as an opportunity to improve customer experience, especially if they're negative. He says, you may get a review in there where you're like, oops, we goofed up on that one, he said. And that's an opportunity for him, me, he says, to pick up the phone and just talk to that customer. Clear and consistent communication is crucial to good customer experiences, experts say. Unclear or infrequent information is still a major gripe customers have with their service experience. The 2026 Voice of the Consumer report by reputation management firm Wide Whale found, the two biggest drivers of consumer experience are communications and staff, they said. Communication friction was the top issue customers had with the service department in 2025, according to Wide Whale. Staff-related concerns ranked second. A report analyzed dealerships' monthly Google reviews in 2025 and identified specific topics and keywords to determine which issues appeared and whether they were positive or negative. In the report, communication was mentioned in 49% of negative service reviews, followed by staff mentioned in 40% of negative reviews. Jeff, I don't like the way you talk to me. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. So the attitude starting before the attitude starts.
Yeah.
You got an attitude going in.
Customers frequently complain online about unclear repair timelines. Well, if you ask the service department, so how long do you think this repair is going to take? And they say, 10 minutes. I'm going, who did you talk to? How do you know? Well, it's right here on my rundown on my
book.
screen. Did you actually call and talk to somebody about that? Is it true? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I don't know of a dealership that fixes anything in 10 minutes.
Well, you got to.
You can't park the car in 10 minutes.
I know.
Pretty much. Speed is no longer a differentiator. It's a baseline expectation. It recommends fixed ops teams pivot from managing the clock to managing the experience. Other dealerships are following a similar approach. Stevens Cook Toyota, part of American Motors Group. American Motors Group? Okay, it's a group of dealers, I assume.
Yeah.
Negative social media comments helped Joe Castellano, the group's vice president of fixed operations, identify where his Toyota dealership was letting customers down on wait times. The Northern California group has 3 Toyota dealerships, 2 Volkswagen stores, and a single Chevy, Cadillac, and Alfa Romeo store. His Toyota dealerships advertised a 45-minute oil change, but a customer complained on social media that theirs took an hour and a half. That prompted Castellano to say, let's go really take a look at where we messed up. By keeping the parts in the bays and having a 99% accuracy in parts billing, they were able to shave off 15 to 20 minutes in an oil change, he said.
Wow.
They trimmed an additional 7 minutes, from 12 minutes to 5 minutes, off the oil change by using a quick drain plug that they installed in all of the cars that they sold.
There's a solution to this from the beginning, and that he shouldn't even have to do that. There's a process problem with the dealership.
Yeah.
And if it's a large dealership, you would need, well, let me back this up. If it's a small dealership, I get what he's doing, the personal touch. Hey, me and you, mano y mano, let's go for a cup of coffee, blah, blah, blah. If it's a large dealership or a chain, say like your Classics or your Group 1s, you're going to have a committee that does that. If you got multiple locations, like your Honda, your Chevy, your Cadillac, all that you name there, you got a committee for that. You've got a CSI committee. You've got phone numbers that relate just for those complaints. So in this particular case, if he's doing that and making sure that they have the proper parts and on time in the bays, that's a process problem for that dealership. That's not a people problem. The people need to learn, and they need to be instructed on how to do that.
Yeah.
We used to have call it process improvement committees,
Exactly.
and they would look at it and say, here's this function that we do. How can we make it better, streamline it, whatever?
Yep. Let's have a meeting to find out when our next meeting is. That gets
Exactly.
all lost. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, back in my day, which was a long time ago, The guy's name was Charlie, and he was the
Was he the blacksmith?
He was the quote unquote dispatcher.
Yeah.
So all of the cars that came in with multiple problems, he'd put all this stuff down on his sheet, along with all of the other stuff that was in the shop.
Yeah, log the
And he would
time.
assign, this repair guy to do this job, this repair guy to do this job, and this repair guy to do that. Today, I think it's much simpler, and most of the guys that do these things, other than oil changes and routine stuff like that, that one guy does it all.
You had an AC tech or two
Yes.
techs that's all they did was the AC jobs for that shop,
Right.
or front end, or whatever the
Front
case.
end alignment, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
Engine guys.
but these days, I think that a mainline mechanic does all of the heavy duty stuff like front end alignments,
Right.
brake jobs, intake manifold stuff. They do it all.
They have apprentice programs. They have internships. So make them part of that process to improve that dealership. You got somebody that's maybe being paid minimum wage. They're a sponsorship or a co-op through a school. Let them be part of that process and have those wins when they make things better for the dealer.
Yes. Hello, Mars.
I will say one thing though that about the story that I'm kind of not real thrilled with. I mean, they're using feedback through social media, and that's where they're getting their comments from.
Mm-hmm.
And when I worked for a big communications company, we learned that people hiding at the
What
time they were
communications company was that?
well, it used to be called Southwestern Bell before it got overtaken by AT&T.
Okay.
But we learned that, I had people in New York and people in California, so we did a lot of conference calls. We learned that people would hide behind the phone. I mean, they could sit there and say a lot of things if they're not looking at you eye to eye. They got a lot more guts to say something.
Exactly.
And if you're hiding behind a keyboard, it's even more. I mean, just look at any of your social media accounts and see how nasty people are. A lot of things, they would never say that to somebody to their face. But they'll say it on the keyboard. So you have to kind of look at what you're trying to work with. How much value is it? Because it's costing you at least $150 an hour if you're a dealer.
But Mike, I think with these things, these are actual complaints. These aren't people just making stuff up just to diss somebody's dealership. I think these are actual. Yeah, I did have a problem with that with a 10-minute oil change, whatever the case.
Yeah, I understand, but that's what I'm saying. You got to kind of balance that because I used to spend some time at the Chevrolet dealer because I grew up with a guy that was a service manager, and we would trade stories during the day. And I watched a lot of people that he knew that we went to school with, real nice guys out on the street, but it's like they put a foot on that parking lot of that dealership. They became total jerks.
Yeah.
And they would stay that way, and then you'd see them later on in the evening at the restaurant or something. Hey, how are you doing? After they just cussed you out all day.
I'm familiar with that. Yeah. Not in a dealership, though.
No.
But I am familiar with that attitude thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have somebody kiss you on the cheek and then turn around and reprimand you and threaten you with your job.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's of course how they do it and stuff. I mean, it's one thing for somebody to tell you they had a problem with something that happened in your shop, but it's another thing for them to tell you you're a low lying rotten SOB because they had a problem in your shop. I mean,
Mike, somebody said that to
But they
you?
meant it in a good Christian way.
In a
Well,
good
now-
Christian way. Yeah.
yeah, that's when I started calling in quarterly meetings. Everybody came in to San Antonio. We sit down across from the table. Now, what do you got to say?
Mm-hmm.
And things changed a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, I think that part of being a manager is to understand that, hey, I've got a problem here because everybody, we tout the fact that these are 30-minute oil changes to compete with all of the oil change places out there. We're a dealership. We should do better than that. It's a person waiting for an hour and a half. Where did that break down? We told them that it would be 30 minutes, and now they're waiting an hour and a half to have the oil changed? No.
And if they've got an oil change special and they screw that up, shame on them because they don't make a lot of money, if money at all, on an oil change. It's a halo effect. They want to pull your brakes. They want to look at your exhaust system. They want to check your car out. Just by doing
Or
an oil
get you
change.
in the new car showroom for a few minutes
Exactly.
while you're
So-
waiting.
If you're screwing something up that simple, maybe you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely got a problem there.
Unfortunately, the way that new cars are sold today, and especially if you're on a leaseholder, then you're going to go into the dealership when a car says it's time for an oil change, and you expect the oil change to happen quickly, not all day.
Yeah, particularly if you got an appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And in most dealerships, I think most people these days are used to the fact that you really need to have an appointment. And what's wrong with that? We didn't have appointments. We had to have a line of cars all the way out to the feeder road.
That's for instance, mine's through General Motors, through a Buick dealership, Buick GMC. I do make an appointment because it is that brand. If you were a guy off the street and like the Maverick going into a Cadillac store, yeah, they're going to treat you a little different and probably put you behind.
When I think of Mavericks, all I think of is not the truck. I
The
think
car.
of the original
Which were very
Maverick
cool
car.
also. I'd drive one. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be fixing it. You'd have Mars auto mechanic.
Mars wouldn't
guy.
touch it.
No, not Mars. His mechanic.
Not a Ford. But no, you're right. I mean, most of the walk-ins back in our day was everybody. You didn't make many appointments. But nowadays, I believe that if you break, you don't make an appointment. You just go to the dealership. Otherwise, it is by appointment. As far as I know, all of them.
Yes. Once you got your foot in the door and the car's in the loop, so to speak, then they pretty much take it from there. And it's up to the service advisor, if you want to call them that. I guess that's what you call them today.
I think they still call them that.
Yeah, then it's up to that service advisor to relay to you the information. Hey, our tech looked at your car, and they're going to have to pass it on to another tech. He's a little bit backed up, so it's going to cost us a few more hours today. Hopefully we'll have it back, but I wouldn't bank on that. I think that tomorrow would be a better timeline for you.
Or depending on the issue too. If it's electrical, it's going to take a little longer to chase that down. If it's something like maybe a mapping unit or sensing unit or something, they could probably knock that out for you. But depending on the issue too.
Yeah. Well, there is that.
Yeah, those computers.
Mr. Mars, who replaced your exhaust manifolds on the truck?
A shop here in town. Most
so
of them
not a dealership?
No. I wouldn't go to a dealer for that. I mean, it was expensive, but I went to somebody.
So why wouldn't you go to a dealer for that?
Because I found somebody that had done it on his own truck and knew what to do, and he had ordered and bought the proper tools to do it.
So
to do his.
Is he a mechanic that other people go to, or is he?
No. He's got a shop that he runs. He doesn't do any more of them. I mean, he did mine because I take the granddaughter's cars in there when I can't fix something. So he did it as a favor, but he said he won't normally do it because he's afraid he'll break a bolt. And even though he's got the tap and die, and it's like a template that he puts on the motor so that he can keep everything straight. And but he's afraid if he ever does break one, that he's liable to buy somebody a motor, so he don't do it very often.
I see. Okay. Well, it's interesting to note. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right, just ahead, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. And I got lots of news stories. We're going to get a few of them in here coming up on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be back right after this. The Easter Bunny's coming to the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m. And you're invited too. Bring the kids and grandkids. It's a cruise in like you've never attended before. With a donation to Shirley's Kids, you'll get a free Lupi Tortilla breakfast taco. There'll be coffee and adult beverages, plus chili pepper trophies for the best hot rod, best modern classic, and best classic. There's no entry fee and no registration. Just bring your ride and the kids. Bad bunnies aren't allowed, but the Easter Bunny will be there, and he'll be full of joy to help make this Tailpipes and Tacos a very special one. Photo opportunities abound. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be streaming around the globe, and you could be selected to tell your car story to a global audience. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In Easter Edition, Saturday, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, located on 99 the Grand Parkway, just south of I-10, the Katy Freeway in Katy. Make plans now. Lupi Tortilla, East pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. We're at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise Inn at the
Yes.
Lupi Tortilla in Katy. If you can't make it, listen, watch here on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. If you missed that, you'll be able to connect through a podcast from your favorite podcast channel. Okay, time now for the racing calendar, and I know racing's all geared up and we're at full speed ahead.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, it's full speed ahead, like you said, but it's really not a pleasant thing to follow anymore. And I'm just being a Debbie Downer on this, but you've got NASCAR.
You're being a little jerk, Jeff.
I'm being a jerk on this, but you got NASCAR at Martinsville for both the O'Reilly version, which is the old Xfinity series, and then you got the Cup guys. That's today and tomorrow. It's going to be on the CW and FS1 if you've got those channels. Indy Racing, you've got the NXT, which is the lesser version series, and then you got the big boys on the Indy schedule. They are at Barber's Motorsports. Some of the qualifying was going on.
It's over in Atlanta, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. And some of the qualifying was going on this morning. I watched a little bit of it on a rerun, but it was all good. Fun to watch. I like the Indy stuff. Formula One, they have the Japanese Grand Prix, which is this weekend, and then they're going to be off for several because of the conflict in the Mideast. The Bahrain GP and the Saudi Arabian GP Grand Prix is canceled or postponed for the next few weeks on that. NHRA is going April 9th through the 12th, and they're going
Wait
to
a
be...
minute. Why did you pit? Oh, the bomb blew up the pit. I'm sorry.
No,
Never mind.
It's not pits, it's potholes.
Potholes,
There you go.
big ones.
There you go. And then, like I just said, NHRA April 9th through the 12th, and they're at the Winter Nationals In-N-Out Burger at Pomona, and that should pretty much wrap that stuff up. But it's very hard to be a fan following it when they're delayed, they're tape delayed, and all this
here's
other
the other
stuff.
plan.
They're on
I
channels.
don't know who. Clearly, no one in their right mind would sign a television contract with somebody like FS1. Oh, we're on FS1. Well, I don't care. I can't get FS1. I choose not to pay for the subscription to it.
And beyond that, you've got okay, I'm going to watch a specific auto racing series, and you turn it on at 2 o'clock, and there's a Tiddlywinks championship from Alaska for another 20 minutes because they went into overtime. Now, who is going to stay for that?
Well, there is that.
It just grinds me.
Yeah,
It really does.
It grinds me too that this television stuff. I don't know who writes the contract. I think that the series, the racing series, whichever one it is, in particular, NHRA comes to mind. Oh, well, if you want to watch the race online, then you're going to have to pay for that. Why? Because here's the deal. Mm-hmm. Why not take the income from the sponsorship online as opposed to having me buy the stupid ticket to get online to watch your stupid race?
Yeah, and it's not only in racing, but it's in other sports too, because the baseball, MLB, certain ball games are going to be on Apple TV rather than regular TV. So there we go. We're going to infiltrate other sports.
And a lot of that is whoever's writing the contract. They're not worried about actual viewership per se.
Guess who that is, Mike? A lawyer.
Exactly. All he's looking at is bottom line numbers. So you say you're going to pay me this much for my content that I'm going to give to you, and that's what they look for. It's a weird business model because
morons.
So we went from the racing calendar to don't do it again.
To a big
and that's right. We can spend a lot of time doing that if we want.
Well, instead of doing that, why don't we move on to This Week in Auto History, Mr. Morris?
We can do that.
Where are we at, Michael?
Right here. Here we go. Here we go. Yes, sir. Got it. We're good. So this week in auto history. So we want to start with March 22, 1904. The slides are not working, Jeff. Can you try it?
Yes, sir.
So in 1904, Rolls-Royce Limited was announced. Now, what this was, I always kind of wondered about this, but Charles Rolls and Henry Royce are the ones that made the partnership. Now, this wasn't a hip-hop group or anything, but it's Rolls-Royce Limited. One of them was a real big in engineering, and the other one had a little...
Wait a minute. Didn't Rolls-Royce do car wash? No,
that's it. That's what I was thinking about. I knew it was something like that.
Rolls-Royce, not
Rolls. So this is the beginning of the beginning of the very prestigious luxury automobile that's out there in the world today. So then going on, we're going to go up to 1916. Now, this is when BMW was founded. Now, They actually started as an aircraft engineering manufacturer. So that was real big. Airplanes were becoming up, and they were building motors for them. And that's where they got their engineering expertise, per se, become known as an engineering. So when they began to build cars, then it all carried over in how well the engineering was and the enthusiast benchmarks that they were on in their engineering excellence. Then in 1965, Ford. Here you go, Jeffrey. Ford Motor Company introduces the LTD. I got that just for you, Jeff. I found that one, and there you go.
That's a beauty.
So the LTD was a luxury-oriented full-size car when full-size cars were full-size. Yeah, and it started bringing the upscale features to the broader market, such as the family and the station wagons, and to bring in that little bit of luxury into the American sedans. And it's an era when comfort, size, and smooth V8 power defined success for these vehicles. Then moving up to 1968, Dodge Charger got a redesign. Now, the red car in the top left-hand corner of your screen there, that is the new design. And then right below it, you're going to see a couple of shots of the older design, the 66, 67, and how it changed so much and became actually much more popular with the newer designs than what it had. Some of the years had hidden headlights that when it first came out had the aggressive styling, and it kind of looked more racy than the other ones did. So this was a real good move for the Dodge Charger, and this is what you're going to see in most of the movies that have that car as a feature car. Then in 1970, the Datsun, however you want to say it.
Oh my God, that's
depends
so
on
East Texas. Hey, I got me a Datsun over here.
Well, I had a Datsun B210 for a while.
God, I'm sure you had a Datsun B210.
All right.
So the 240Z was really growing in popularity. It was really, everybody wanted one of these because it was a little two-seater. It was a hot little car. It ran really well, had the 4-speed transmission. It was just a cool car to have. And it really brought in a lot of the other Japanese automakers. As people started looking at this, they said, well, let me see what else is out there.
My brother had several.
Did he?
He might still have one. Yeah.
Good for him. It'd be a good thing to have.
Yep.
Then in 1993, Dodge redid the Ram truck. Now, this is the new Ram truck design whenever they went to the big truck style, if you will, the big rig-inspired grille and the big muscular stance with the broad rolling fender wells on them.
What year was this?
1993.
Okay.
And it kind of changed. It changed everything Dodge did, and some of the others, they didn't really copy that. But if you look at them now, they really did kind of go to that bigger, bolder styles, particularly like in the front ends and stuff. You can't hardly see it in the hood.
They're huge. You can't even get them in the damn garage.
Right, you can't check the oil hardly without having a stepladder. So that was this week in automotive history. Some of the things that we found that we thought were rather interesting. Learn something new every day.
All right, for all you baseball fans, Major League Baseball has gone to the bullpen after more than 2 decades of having Chevrolet as one of its top sponsors. Ford is replacing Chevy as MLB's official auto partner. As a matter of fact, the sponsorship includes everything from the World Series to Little League Baseball and softball. An organization already supported locally by many of its dealers, the automaker also will be the presenting sponsor of MLB's July 4th celebration for the nation's 250th anniversary.
Wow.
The partnership is about honoring tradition while putting somebody from Ford CMO, Lisa Matarazzo.
Chief Marketing Officer.
I was wondering what that was.
So when the commercial starts, see the USA in your
Ford.
LTD.
Yeah, in your LTD. That's it. Your Galaxy
In your
500.
Mustang.
That's it.
Zoox will start testing its purpose-built robo-taxis in Miami and Austin.
Oh, boy.
Part of a
Here we
coast-to-coast expansion as rival Tesla faces delays in its autonomous ride-hailing rollout across 7 U.S. cities. Have you seen a Zoox?
No.
Oh, my God.
I saw the other one, though.
It looks like a phone booth with wheels sticking out at the front and the back. It is just
Okay.
It is just a horrendous-looking thing. I wouldn't get in it. I'd rather walk. Zoox is also growing its current service areas in San Francisco, perfect, and Las Vegas, where its carriage-style vehicles have driven a combined 350,000 miles.
Wow.
Service in Austin and Miami will begin in limited areas with its purpose-built robotaxi. the company said. Zoox has tested in those cities since mid-2024 using separate fleet vehicles. Oh, my God. When you see this thing, you got to go, no?
San Francisco, it's all the hills. It's on the side of a mountain. I mean,
Well, no, it's fitting for San Francisco. Okay. Well, actually, any place in California. Let me do this. Dealership employees who post about vehicles for sale in their personal accounts could put the stores in legal jeopardy if they don't follow certain rules. Federal Trade Commission will treat advertising generated by employees as though it came from the dealership itself. Dealership advertising has come under intense scrutiny since March 13th when the FTC announced Christopher Muffrage, director of the agency's Bureau of Consumer Protection, sent letters to 97 dealer groups on the suspicion that they violated at least one of 6 illegal advertising practices. If you advertise it, you better sell it at the price that you advertised. Does not include tax. Okay? Just like you would go to the grocery store, you pay taxes on your groceries, you pay taxes on your car.
Yeah, sales
That's
tax.
the only exception to the rule. If you say, we've got a brand new Ford F-150 on sale here for $40,000, you better sell it for that price, and it better be on the lot. On the lot. That's another one of those rules.
Yeah.
So be looking for
lost leader.
Yeah, to more stupid stuff.
Dealer
like
trades.
That. And Stellantis North America design head Scott Kruger said the automaker is still passionate about Chrysler, which has had to scrape by as a minivan-only brand since discontinuing the 300 sedan in 2023. During an overview of the company's design operations, Kruger said Chrysler is very much alive and well and that his team has been busy behind the scenes. He declined to share any details about the plans for the brand's future ahead of a Stellantis investor presentation coming up in May. I think they're coming back, to be honest with you. And they need a luxury arm.
They need a shot
the
in the keister to get them going there.
All right. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. We are back after this break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches millions of folks around the globe each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and don't forget our podcasts. Catch our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guests, new car reviews, along with popular features, including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, the latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing days. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us. Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we talk gas credit cards with Chip Lupo at Wallet Hub. Boy, have I got some things to tell him. In Jeff's Car Culture, 5 tool brands that mechanics buy over Snap-on.
Yeah.
And Mars has 7 hot rod events to plan for in his driving destinations feature. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley sleeping in today, getting ready for next week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. And do we have Chip with us? Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, let's just get right to it, shall we? Chip Lupo, Wallet Hub, gas credit cards, and the best ones to combat high prices. Well, Chip, it's good to see you, and we thank you very much for joining us today. How you been?
Good, guys. Hope you guys are doing well.
Well, we are. We are doing just fine. Thank you for asking. So, this has been several years, probably 5 years ago. I thought, I haven't had a gas company credit card in forever. And I always used to have a gas credit card. I don't even think that they took Visa and MasterCard back in the day. You had to have a gas credit card.
Yep.
I always had a Chevron card. I always bought my gas at Chevron, all that.
Shell, all that. Yep.
So, for whatever reason, that credit card went away and been without one for a long time. I thought, I'm going to check that gas credit card. Oh my God. I thought that, 20% interest rate on the credit card was a lot. Oh no. The gas company credit cards were like 36, 40% interest rate on the gas credit card. I thought, why would I buy one of those? So I know that you've got some insight for me. Do you?
Yeah, we just lost him.
Well, that's great. Well, I'll let you repeat that question to Mr. Lupo when he comes back. How's that, Mars?
All right.
Can you remember that question?
Yeah. What the hell?
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you do that for you. Okay. You just continue doing whatever it is that you
He's
do.
trying to get back in.
So I don't understand our
There he is.
connections. There he is.
Yeah, we lost him. Yep, Mike's working on it. There you go, Mike.
I think it was on Mr. Lupo's end.
I'm back, guys.
There he is.
Are you back?
There he is.
He was.
Well, at least I thought I was.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you take it over from
I
here,
can hear
Mr.
you
Mars.
guys.
You can hear us?
I can
Well,
hear
we
you.
can
I'm-
hear you, but we don't know what the video problem is. So the question is, why do I get a gas credit card to begin with?
Well, it's interesting because your choices are the gas credit card from which you were referring to a second ago, or you can have a general rewards card that would give you rewards for gas and other purchases. You would want a gas credit card if you are new to credit, if you're looking to rebuild credit, and if you are someone who pays your bill in full every month. Because as you mentioned,
I mean,
the
I'm just
interest
going
rate-
to say that. I mean, if you pay it in full every month, then this is not a problem.
right?
But it's
because-
almost like, why would you have that? Why wouldn't you just go get cash? And here's my $40 for a tank of gas this week, and just pay cash for it instead of having a credit card. Other than you're trying to rebuild your credit.
Right. Now, in some cases, the gas card will work if it's one that you frequent. If there is a particular brand that you always go to, whether it's Shell or BP or some local chain, then that's a good idea because you do get significant discounts. Usually, the first time you use it, they'll give you an offer where you could get up to 30 cents per gallon on your first fill up, and then usually it's like 10 cents. But again, you have to pay that, and regardless of what credit card you use, you have to pay it off in full because of the interest, and that would also cancel out any rewards that you earn. So it would be kind of pointless to even use it
Yeah.
if you're not going to pay it in full every month.
Well, the incentive is to pay it off with the high interest rate like that. That would be
Well, but
the
so
thing.
Chip, my question would be, I understand what you're saying exactly, and that's what I try and do as well. But instead of having a credit card that may have a 30% interest rate on it, why not have one that's got less, just in case I go over or I have an emergency or something and I can't pay it off? And the idea of using cash instead, trying to do that, because a lot of places don't want you to use the credit card because of the credit card charges. I don't leave tips on the credit card if I can avoid it, but there's a problem. I got to go to the bank to get cash, and then I got to go do whatever I'm going to do.
Right, and you brought
Oh,
up an
darn,
interest-
Mars.
Yeah,
Do they
you
have
brought
any
up a-
banks over there?
He's rich.
Yeah,
I got one.
you brought up a good point there about the surcharges because some gas stations will charge you a higher price for credit card purchases. So if you're using a gas card, basically you're going to recoup at least part of the processing fees. You're not going to get the full reward. So always keep that in mind. And yeah, cash is always the preferable option. And either one of those, which is key here, is preferable than using a debit card. You want to avoid using debit cards at the pump because they're more susceptible to fraud. They don't have the protections that credit cards offer for fraudulent purchases. So we either cash or credit card. Avoid using debit cards at all costs at gas pumps because the card readers are easily manipulated to retrieve key information off of your credit card and off the debit card. And regular credit cards offer you much more fraud protections.
Well, I'm not a big fan of debit cards either, but I went to fill the truck up the other day, and it was $88. And I don't generally carry $100 cash with me all the time.
But
So
if you know, then it's pretty easy to go to your bank's ATM, wherever that may be around you, and get the cash. You can go pay cash for the gas. I mean, every once in a while, I will pay cash for gas. If like I got a $20 bill, and there's a gas station along the way, some no-name, fly-by-night thing, but I don't care. Gas burns in the car; it doesn't know the difference, and so I'll buy that, and I get the whole 10 cents per gallon extra taken off of my bill.
Right. And the same principle on my end. I use the Kroger card because you get pennies off or cents off. 10
Right,
cents,
the fuel
whatever it is.
points, and
Right.
that's a good way to
I just
get
filled up.
extra money.
I got 5 cents off the gallon.
And I don't know where the misnomer comes in about gasoline. Oh well, that no-name gas station at the end of the street. Oh, I would never buy gas there. Why not? Well, because it's not a Shell or a Conoco, a name brand gas station. Guess what?
It is.
The gasoline that is at those stations, those are the same. It's the same gasoline. I asked a guy. He just dumped a whole load of gasoline into the tanks over there at the no-name gas station. I said, "So what brand is that?" "Oh, I can't tell you." I said, "Come on, man. What do you mean you can't tell me?" "Okay, it's Conoco." They're in the business to make and sell gasoline. It doesn't make any difference what station it is. If it's a Conoco station, they're going to charge you more because now you got the brand name.
You've got the brand name. It's like why would you buy peanut butter from Walmart as opposed to another brand? In a lot of cases, some of these major chains are the ones that are providing these store brands with those products.
Yeah, it's a product like Michelin tires. They make OEM tires, and then they make tires for the general public and aftermarket. So it's just a name, just like you said.
Yeah.
Conoco,
And once in a while, you could hear about somebody having bad gas. They got water in the tank, and so
told Don that this morning.
yeah. But nowadays with social media, if somebody gets a tank of bad gas, I mean, it don't take long words out. Don't go buy gas there till they get it changed out. So that's not really too much of an issue anymore.
Yeah, you rarely hear of something like bad gas anymore. Just don't pump the gas that the tanker is there filling up the huge underground tank because it stirs up all the crap in the tank and you're just pumping it right into your car.
Exactly.
Granted, it's got a filter in place, but many times you don't want that.
But why would you have debris in the tank, in the ground?
Well, I mean, over
Most
time,
of it's moisture, I think.
it's inevitable because they open up the tank. I'm sorry, Chip. We've got this discussion going on.
No problem.
Don't mind us.
And pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So they open up the lid, and the wind's blowing, and a leaf drops down in there. There's only so much that you can do. So whatever the case may be. But Chip, back to the credit card thing with buying gasoline in particular. The last time I looked at gasoline credit cards, there is all of this fine print to get, whatever credit card it is. And not only that, but I think it's a point to say is that if you apply for a credit card, it's going to take a hit on your credit report for getting that credit card for a short period of time, but you are going to take a hit.
Oh, exactly. Now, if you're just going to apply for one, like maybe once a year, every 6 months, that it will ding your credit report because the lender does have to pull a copy of your credit report. That's known as a hard pull or hard inquiry, and it'll it'll ding your credit report by a couple of points, but those will go away within a couple of months as long as you're maintaining, a good credit history.
Right.
What you don't want to do is apply for a gas rewards card and a gas credit card at the same time or within a day or two of each other,
Right.
because that sends a red flag to the lenders that, okay, this guy's going to be loading up on credit. Let's get ready for a wave of irresponsible spending here. It raises a red flag, and those inquiries, those add up, and that could cause considerable damage to your credit score.
So how do you decide which credit card you are going to apply for? A gasoline credit card. How do you make that decision?
Well, fortunately at Wallet Hub, we have tools available to help consumers make those types of decisions. We have all kinds of filters that you can tailor to your needs. But when it comes to gas credit cards, if you're going for a gas rewards card, your best bet is to find one that does not charge you an annual fee. Most reward cards will charge you an annual fee, usually $95.
Oh, hell no. I'm not paying. Are you kidding me? I'm not paying an annual fee for anything. It's like the American Express card, and they charge you whatever it is today, $500 a year. No. Are you kidding?
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to go that way, you have to ask yourself, am I going to spend? And now, in a lot of cases, if you're a frequent traveler or if you're a frequent whatever,
gas guzzler,
hotels or whatever, if you used it enough, in a lot of cases they'll pay for themselves. But you have to ask yourself that up front: am I going to use this card enough this year and every year? Because those cards are renewable; those annual fees tack on every single year. Are you going to use that card enough for it to pay for itself for that annual fee? Now, some folks like yourself, myself included, why even bother? Why pay someone just for the privilege of using a credit card?
Their credit card that they're going to charge you interest on if you don't pay it off every month.
Well, that too. Now, you can also, there are credit cards out there that will give you an introductory 0% APR from anywhere from 6 months to 18, 21 months, depending on the card. Now, you can use those for major purchases or just for holiday spending or whatever, and then pay that off over time at 0% interest. The trick is, though, once that introductory rate expires, if there's a balance on there, then then the regular interest rate. Now, for a regular credit card, that's going to be somewhere about 22 to 23% if you have good credit. A store card or a gas card, upwards of 30% interest.
Chip. Chip.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you how old I am by making this statement, okay? My dad taught me that if you want something, save for it. My God, what a novel idea. Oh,
your dad and my dad must have been they've been sharing notes.
Exactly. Because I don't know
because money doesn't grow on trees. Okay?
Right, well, there's that too. Yes.
Yeah.
But if you wanted something, you save for it. You know where I learned in reality that method? I got 50 cents a week allowance. A week, 50 cents. Mm-hmm. And I would take the 50 cents to the toy store and I'd put a toy in layaway. I still have those trucks, as rusty and as old and banged up as they are.
For that. He absolutely does.
But I will tell you, it taught me that if you really want something that bad, save for it. Mm-hmm. And I knew somebody else that bought a brand new 69 Malibu. She saved her money for the car and paid cash for it.
She got 50 cents a week. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she got more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the alternative is go to your local auto parts store and buy a siphon.
A siphon.
Yeah.
With a hand crank on it so you can get the gas
But
out
pay
of it.
cash for the siphon.
Pay cash for the siphon. That's right. You don't leave a footprint back there to come find you, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I assume that Wallet Hub has the info that we need to be able to make an informed decision of what kind of credit card we really want to stick our neck out in and put it in our wallet to have in there to go, I got one of those credit cards. I'm going to use it today to buy gas with.
Oh, absolutely. We have all the tools available to help you make those decisions. And another thing also about rewards cards, and again, always opt for one with no annual fee, is that you can earn an initial bonus, like a first time, like a like a sign up bonus, if you spend X amount of dollars in the first 6 months.
Right.
For example, one of the best rewards cards for gas that we found is called the City Custom Cash Card, because it will give you 5% cash back in your top spending category, up to $500 per billing cycle. So you can use that for a solid month for gas and get $500 and get 5% cash back.
Right.
Now, it also gives you a $200 initial bonus if you spend $1,500 in 6 months. Now, the trick is, don't rush out and just make a $1,500 purchase just for the sake of earning the initial bonus, because too many people make that mistake. They overspend in anticipation of the bonus, and then next thing you know, you're carrying a balance with the interest, and then your bonus is basically going to pay off the interest. So be realistic on how much you plan on spending during that 6 months before you consider a card with an initial bonus.
Chip, are you married?
I am.
Does your wife like being married to a guy that counts every penny that he spends?
Yes, she does, because it keeps her out
Good
of debtor's
answer.
prison. It keeps
That's
her
good
out of
answer.
debtor's prison now.
A good answer, because I can only imagine the conversation after we hung up talking to you about all of this savings and credit cards and everything else.
She'll use a wrong credit card, because I have credit cards set aside for specific purchases, whether it's gas, groceries,
Right.
general spending. I cringe if she uses the wrong credit card, quote, wrong credit card at the gas pump. That's supposed to be for groceries. We're going to get 3% off that. Now we're only going to get 1% off the gas. And she just
needs a
looks at me
raise.
like,
Yeah,
it's just,
Chip.
next turn, we're driving straight to the courthouse.
Oh boy. But
So
you better
there's
put gas in your tank first.
Yeah, there's a disturbance in the force, and Chip starts going, oh, something's going on.
Exactly. It's the money force. Oh my God, Chip, you are a blast to talk to. We love you, man. Thank you so much for sharing all this information. Now I've got to process it for the next week and a half. I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I doing with my credit cards? I feel so guilty about using a credit card on anything anymore if it's not specific for the taco that I bought this morning,
and
or the gallon of gas I bought for the lawnmower.
Kathy does that too. Hey, we've got extra rewards this month on this particular card, so if you're going to this particular store, use it. And sometimes it works out.
Oh, is it wallethub.com, Chip?
WalletHub.com, gentlemen, for sure.
Well, we love talking to you, man. Hey, hit us up anytime, okay?
Would love to talk again, guys. Look forward to the next one.
Us too. Thank you so much. Hey, just ahead,
Have fun.
Jeff's Car Culture, 5 tool brands that mechanics choose over Snap-on.
Yep.
And Mars has 7 national hot rod events to plan for in driving destinations. All coming up after this break on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. The Easter Bunny's coming to the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m. And you're invited too. Bring the kids and grandkids. It's a cruise in like you've never attended before. With a donation to Shirley's Kids, you'll get a free Lupi Tortilla breakfast taco. There'll be coffee and adult beverages. Plus,
The hell.
well, we just heard you say what the hell. So,
Well, then that should give you a hint.
yeah. Well, did you hit the table the wrong way? And the Easter Bunny's coming to the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m. And you're invited too. Bring the kids and grandkids. It's a cruise in like you've never attended before. With a donation to Shirley's Kids, you'll get a free Lupi Tortilla breakfast taco. There'll be coffee and adult beverages, plus chili pepper trophies for the best hot rod, best modern classic, and best classic. There's no entry fee and no registration. Just bring your ride and the kids. Bad bunnies aren't allowed, but the Easter Bunny will be there, and he'll be full of joy to help make this Tailpipes and Tacos a very special one. Photo opportunities abound. The NWell Time Car Talk Show will be streaming around the globe, and you could be selected to tell your car story to a global audience. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In Easter Edition, Saturday, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, located on 99 the Grand Parkway, just south of I-10, the Katy Freeway in Katy. Make plans now. Lupi Tortilla, East pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Hey, In Wheel Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive. Next week, we adjust our schedule a little bit for the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy for a special Easter show. That happens 8 to 11 next Saturday. We hope you'll join us in person or online. Thanks for being with us today. All right, time now for Jeff's Car Culture. Tool brands that the mechanics choose over Snap-on.
There you go. But just because Snap-on is the top brand used in the field doesn't mean that it's the only one. There are several other companies that manufacture premium tools that have plenty of professional mechanics using them in their garage. There are multiple reasons why people choose or recommend different names over Snap-on, including brand loyalty, accessibility, personal preferences, and another big reason is that just filling out the budget, filling out your toolkit. Too expensive, some cases, depending on the tool itself. So here we go. One of the tools we have is Sunex. These tools have been around for 50 years. The American brand has built a strong reputation for itself in the automotive repair industry. The company makes all kinds of mechanics tools, hand tools, shop tools, hydraulic presses, simple socket sets, and useful things and fittings. Sunex also makes air tools, lifting equipment, some storage gear stuff, and they even make knives. For a professional-grade brand, Sunex tools are modestly priced. They're widely available. Mechanics can easily order many of these products online and from different retailers.
That's Sunex.
Sunex, that's correct. The next one is Gear Wrench, all one word. Many different gear wrench tools, products, and mechanics can use every day. When mechanics list their favorite tools, many of them list Gear Wrench. Technician Garage, which is a company, built a starter mechanics toolkit, included many of the brand's products, including most of the socket sets, saying that the gear wrench quality, pricing, and warranty and availability are big points in its favor. Other tools from the selected brand for the mechanic sets include flex head ratchets, mini combination sets, a whole myriad right down to oil change wrenches and things of that nature for your serpentine belt. So they have a vast variety of that as well. The next one, we all know this one as well, Mac tools. These tools owned by Stanley Black and Decker. Other brands are offered under the same name umbrella like Craftsman and DeWalt. Which are also good brands there as well.
Also Chinese made, by the way.
Very good. Professional mechanics also recommend Mac tools for similar reasons. At least one of them calling out it might be overpriced for some mechanics, but they use Mac tools specifically for their hose cutters, radiator clamps, radiator lines, calipers, pistons, and things of that nature for different specifics on that repair. The next one we got, Michael, is called Tecton. Tecton Tools is a family-owned business based in Michigan that's appreciated by many mechanics because of its provides plenty of detail about where each products are made, certain specifications about the materials they use in those tools as well. The company focuses on hand tools, making ratchets, wrenches, screwdriver sockets, and many more things that you use on a daily basis. These tools, more notable brand than anything is an exceptional warranty. The users claim that the professional mechanics saying the Tecton tool products are easily replaceable thanks to their lifetime warranties. And the last one we've got is called Gray Tools. Mechanics emphasize the durability of Gray Tools also by adding that they still use their grandfather's gray wrenches from the 60s. I can attest to that, which continue to work like they're just came off the box, right out of the box in the store. They strongly recommend the brand, though concede that they can be expensive for some of the products. Others note that the high quality of Gray Tools, while others are less enthusiastic about the brand. All of these that we're talking about, they are options for you if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money and you want a quality tool. Check some of these out so you can mix and match as well. So very good stuff to look at.
So Craftsman. Used to be sold at Sears, American made and all that.
You got a torque wrench?
They ticked me off so bad that I swore I would, every chance I get, would put them down. Because, they were sold with an unlimited, forever lifetime warranty. They lied.
Yeah, they did.
And good luck in getting your forever lifetime warranty fulfilled if you have a problem with one of the tools, like, for instance, a torque wrench, which I did. It was a $100 torque wrench back in the day, and it wouldn't lock on. And so they're out of business.
Yeah.
Somebody else bought the name,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's now Chinese, and don't buy them ever.
Well, my brother-in-law was on a ship in the Navy for a long, long time. They couldn't take their tools into certain ports because of where they were made. It was a religious thing because of Chinese, Japanese, Israeli, and things like that. Depending on what port they went into, they couldn't use certain tools.
So at the dealership, we had the Cornwell man that came by every other week, I think he did.
A couple times
So
a
I
month.
bought my stuff from him, a dwell meter, a timing light, and those things, they were expensive at the time, but quality stuff. I still have them, and they still work.
And like I said, I've got hammers, I've got wrenches and things from my dad.
Yeah.
From like back in the 60s, they hand me down because they're just that quality of a tool.
Yeah.
And they're not Craftsman or they're not Snap-on. They're
Right.
one of these other brands.
Mr. Mars, I think we've run out of time in this section, and I think that what we're going to do is we're going to move your driving destinations first thing out of the box in our next segment, if that's okay with you.
Very good. Yeah, that works.
It does? Okay.
Catch up in 2 weeks.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. 2 weeks. Yeah. The patio will be ready in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
And
just
then
there last night.
5 months later, they finally opened the patio.
Yeah, it was fun
2
last
weeks.
night.
It was crazy. All right. Right, we do. We're going to take a little break.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we're going to do driving destinations, the 7 national hot rod events to put on your calendar. That's coming up when the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this quick break. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches millions of folks around the globe each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and don't forget our podcasts. Catch our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guests, new car reviews, along with popular features, including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, the latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing days. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us. It is the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Mars driving destinations and 7 places for hot rodders.
Not 8, 7.
7. We'll also have Jeff giving us the cruise-in and events calendars.
Yeah.
We're going to have recalls. We're going to play Name That Price, what it sold for. We got so much stuff we're going to have to cram in the next 30 minutes. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us on this Saturday. David Ainsley sleeping in, getting prepared for next weekend's
Get your rest.
Tailpipes and Tacos Easter edition next Saturday from the Katie Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex. So anyway, thanks so much.
We're trying to fit 10 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound bag for the rest of the
What's
show.
the stuff? What stuff are you talking about?
Well, it could be cotton candy. It could be other things.
Or George says use your torque wrench to cram it all in there.
There you go. Thank you, George.
George was tired of me complaining about the Craftsman torque wrench that they wouldn't actually fulfill their obligation that they sold me. And he bought me one and sent me one. I'll never forget that. George, we hope that you're
You
feeling
got tired
better.
of listening, huh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Kind of like that other wife that you have.
Well,
kind of like you, Mars.
throwing a tantrum
Yep.
in the store, so he just go ahead and bought it for him.
Bought it for me and sent it to me, and all of a sudden I got a brand new torque wrench that shows up. And by the way, just to let you know, I actually used it last week when I torqued.
The bet wheels.
No, I torqued the actual blade on the lawnmower to 60 pound-feet as requested.
You know, you gotta come over and do mine.
I will.
So
I
the
told
question,
you that.
why'd you have the blade off?
I
Replace
put
it.
I put a new blade on it.
Ah,
The old blade was dull and dirty.
And when he hit that cat, you know, it's
Yeah,
it just kind of, just ruined it
the
with the
blade.
cat.
yeah, it did that. Okay, driving destinations, Mr.
You
Mars.
want me to take it, Mike?
And you,
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Jeff, if you would.
And the subject today is going to be 7 national hot rod events to put on your calendar. Hopefully this summer.
Yeah, exactly. Now they start pretty quick, but the idea is these are all over the country. And if you want to make one of these that's not necessarily in your region, you might want to have to plan a little bit to get it in there. So we're going to start with the Good Guys Del Mar Nationals. Now this is in Southern California. Now the Good Guys do have several events across the country, but this kind of starts it off, and it's in California, and it's important because they have a big turnout of Southern California cars, you know, the whole car
yes.
culture that's down
Yes.
there, and the weather. So it's a great place. They do a lot of cruising. There's a lot of showing, but it's not really a formal show, but apparently it's a pretty informal show, and it's someplace to plan if you want to go to California for a car show. Then the next one we were going to look at coming up in April is the Pigeon Forge Spring Rod Run. Now, of course, this is in Tennessee, and you're going to get thousands of classic cars and street rods and customs come in, and the whole town becomes this rolling car show. I've seen a lot of pictures of it. Never made it up there to cruise the parkway, check out some of the fender places, the swap meets. There's a whole lot of stuff
That's coming
there.
up in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks, yes. It's coming up pretty quick. Then from there, the next one would be the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. And I picked this because I like it, and it's intentionally a smaller event so that it could be a little more personalized, I guess you would call it.
Yeah,
But
you
it's
consider 300 cars a smaller event.
Yeah,
okay.
well, compared to these other ones where you're talking 1,000+ cars, it's a pretty big deal. So, but it's really about driving and cruising with a lot of people that you know or that you've met. And it's that car camaraderie as you go through the event for 3 days. And it's great fun. We've been a couple of times and love it to death. Then the next one coming up in June 8th through the 12th is one you've probably heard a little bit more about, the Hot Rod Power Tour. Now the Power Tour, it's kind of part road trip and it's kind of a national gathering. So there's thousands of vehicles and you travel across multiple states with each stop actually becomes its own event because there's so many vehicles there. And they move into the cities with the muscle cars and customs and classics. And it's just a big rolling car show, if you will. Now, the next one is back to the Good Guys. And I picked this one because it's different. This is the Good Guys Summit Racing Nationals, July the 10th through the 12th. And it's often called the big one because it's one of the largest muscle and hot rod gatherings in the country. It's at the Ohio Expo Center. They bring in 6,000+ cars, including classic muscle, street machines,
Talk
pro
about
touring.
getting lost in the crowd.
Absolutely, but this one they do more. They got more things going on. They do autocross. They got the swap meets, and of course they do major awards like the Street Machine of the Year that they have out under the Good Guy branding thing. And so it's a really big deal, and that would be I guess what you would call the keystone event of them for the Good Guys. Now, the sixth one that we have is the NSRA Street Rod Nationals. This is August 6th through 9th. Now, this is very specific. It is the crown jewel of the NSRA calendar. And it runs up. It's in Louisville. They have over 10,000 cars. Now, this is part show, part reunion. They got a parts marketplace. And it's really got a lot of vehicles to do a lot of things. A lot of cars are driven. There's a lot of opportunities to drive them and share stories with a lot of the other people that are there. Now, the Woodward Dream Cruise is one that I've always liked. I've always wanted to go. We've talked about a lot of times trying to figure out a way to get up there. August the 15th. This is the third Saturday of August, which traditionally is when it happens. And it's considered America's largest one-day automotive celebration. Historic Woodward Avenue becomes a rolling museum of horsepower and heritage, with all the manufacturers setting up displays on the sidelines. And from what I'm told, you can't see it all in a day.
No.
And there's multiple cities across there. I think Jeff's got some information about how that all began in 1995. It was just a fundraiser, and it's really become the soul of the Motor City car culture.
It is a big event, and it's more of a sponsorship thing where you've got maybe this 5 city blocks are by Ford, or the next 3 city blocks are by whatever vendor. Some of the sports drink things. It's a big circus. Yes, you do need more than just a day. It actually starts like about a week ahead of time, and then it kind of trickles off after that. It's a huge event. I got a friend of mine, Todd Sheldon, grew up with him. He's actually going back to Detroit, lives in Colorado, going back to Detroit for this event possibly. And he was telling me I need to meet him there. But we'll see what happens. But it's fun. It looks like a fun thing to do.
Oh, I think it would be great. I was on Woodward Avenue once. I was a passenger in a little mini club car, and we were dreaming about what it would be like to be there. Actually got into a drag race with another mini down Woodward Avenue, and we thought it was cool. But anyway, that's some things that you can look at for the rest of the year to kind of make some plans if you really want to get out and about and go to some of these big events.
All right, sir. Some of the recalls this week. Volkswagen, loose transmission ground wire may cause a fire in the Volkswagen Jetta 2025 and 2026. Chrysler, I don't know what, Chrysler, FCA US, they need to change that. It should be Stellantis, because the Jeep Wagoneer S for 24 through 26, the liftgate hinge cover may detach. Ooh, there's something to really worry about.
That person probably got a ticket in the parking lot.
Yeah, the hinge cover. Okay. Insufficiently welded front seat frames may have you kissing the dash in the Nissan Kicks and the Nissan Sentra for 2026. That's being recalled.
Is Martha involved?
Volkswagen recalling nearly 100,000 electric vehicles, of which some 28,000 are in Germany, citing problems linked to battery modules, according to the German Motor Vehicle Authority, or KBA, as it were. The recall notices affect nearly 75,000 vehicles from VW's ID series, as well as nearly 20,000 Cupra borns that were built between February 22nd and August 24th. According to the notices issued, modules in the high voltage battery do not meet specifications and can result in reduced range, and there is a risk of fire.
That's the bus, right? The ID bus?
ID series bus. Yes. And of course, we can't go a week without having Ford on here. And we were bragging about the Ford Maverick, the mid-size pickup truck.
Yeah.
Well, the moonroof glass panel may detach. It's being recalled, along with the Hyundai Palisade and Palisade Hybrid for 2026, because the power rear seats may trap somebody back there.
We need a wheel behind us. We'll spin the wheel, manufacture wheel, and whatever it lands on, we'll give them the recall.
Okay. Well, that's going to be your charge for this week.
You got that, Mike?
You're gonna build a wheel
Build
with
a wheel.
all the car manufacturers on it, and we're going to spin it and see which one messes up.
We'll get the Bob Barker guy. Yeah.
The Bob
Barker
guy.
guy. Yeah, get him.
Okay.
Spin the wheel.
So why don't we do the sold car roundup?
Okay,
So
I gotta
this
find
is a
it.
little game that we all play, and usually Jeff Heitzman and George Skelton join us online to help us, and you're more than welcome to join in as well. Now, Mr. Mars can't play along because he's the one that put the pictures together, so you're out of luck, Mars. Just say it. He's not even paying any attention anyway, and can't hear.
You got
us or
this, Mike?
something.
Well, I got it. Yep.
Okay. So our first up today, because I'm a Corvette guy, I thought that we would find out how much the 1964 Chevrolet Corvette sold for.
Right.
64 Corvette. It looks like an original. It looks like it may even, because of the price, may have original paint. Not sure, but that's the way it looks to me. But so what do you think that car sold for?
I'm thinking 32.
And I failed to mention that David Ainsley, our chief engineer, usually checks in on this as well, if he's available. You're saying how much?
32.
32. Okay. Anybody else want to?
Jeffrey says 35.
Jeff Heitzman says 35,000. Anybody else? If not, I can tell you that it sold for $63,000.
Well, Jeff and I are splitting it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because that would include the tax. Right? Next up, a 1931 Chevrolet. My guess is that's not the original paint job on it. 1931 Chevrolet. Would you call that a resto mod? I guess it would be if it's not the original paint. Yeah.
No.
Well,
no, I mean,
do you think that Chevrolet actually offered that color? I don't.
no, I
in
don't
my
either.
case.
But you don't have
So
any
that
other
would be
mods.
called a resto mod. It's restored
that's
and
kinda-
it's modified. Paint is modified.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, you call it whatever you want. How much did it sell for?
21.
21.
And I'm going pretty high on that, yeah.
Okay. Who else do we have online that's going
Well,
to make the bid
they're
for
going to
that?
be chiming in.
Um,
Mr. Heitzman says 29.
Wow. Okay.
Uh,
And-
George, 28,999
28.
and 95 cents.
Okay. Well, it sold. The 31 Chevrolet sold for $11,340. See, you two can play along.
Yeah,
Next
it's
up.
just those old restored cars, even if they're modified with new paint, just don't bring a lot of money comparatively speaking.
Well, you try putting that on the freeway. It
Exactly.
Ain't, that doesn't
You
fly.
can absolutely do that as long as it's on a trailer.
So next up is the 71 Triumph TR6.
Oh, these are cool cars.
Triumph TR6, a 71 model.
Oh, man.
And now this could go on the highway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be a fun car to drive.
It would be, but trying to make sure that the carburetor and the distributor stuff is going to work all the time.
I'm sorry, what year is it again?
The 71.
71.
71. So how much?
I'm going to go $8,000.
8?
8.
Okay. Anybody else?
Jeff's got 26.
26. Okay. And
George is
George is
18,900 or
18.
16,999.
well, actually, George is the closest. It sold for $15,750.
Wow.
George, you and Twyla would look really good
Oh,
on,
yeah.
on the hot rod tour.
But she would need to drive.
Whatever. All right, next up. Here's one that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
Uh-oh. It's got pole marks on it.
Uh-huh. A 2015 Jaguar XKR. It looks good.
Okay.
It
$10
does, that bright red.
But oh my God, can you imagine the price it would
Give me
cost
$1.
to get that thing fixed?
It'd make you holler.
2015 Jaguar XKR. How much did it
Oh,
sell
Lord.
for on Hemmings Marketplace?
14,000.
That's a two-door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
14,000.
14,000, Jeff says.
Yep.
Jeff Zekin.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to dare venture a guess on this one?
They're all Googling it.
Are they? I hope not. But we're going to move on,
Yeah.
and I will tell you that it is sold for $25,988.
Okay, Jeff Heisman said 19, and George is at 26,999.
Well, George once again
Yeah,
wins.
he's
All
got a
right.
collection.
Next up, now this is a collector car in my mind, a 1965 Ford Mustang. Okay, and it's the old tradition. It's even got the
Driver.
Remember these hubcaps on
Yeah.
this car? Well, they're wheel covers. They were so cool because they were just regular wheel covers, but they had the little knockoff spinner on them.
Yeah.
And they looked like they had kind of spoke things on them,
Yeah.
and they stuck out a little
They were
bit.
fancy, yeah.
Yeah. For 65, that was fancy.
Yeah.
This looked like a stock car.
They're
Probably a
the
six-cylinder.
precursor. The hubcaps are the precursor to those real wide ones you see going down the freeway in Houston,
Yeah,
where
with
they
the
stick
big
out
spike.
20
That's-
inches.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's it. That's what they are.
It's the-
65 Ford Mustang, how much did it sell for?
10 grand.
10 grand? Okay. Jeff
Jeff says
Heitzman says
45,000.
45. Wow.
45,000.
Well, they're
It's got-
pretty
looks like it's got
expensive
a V8
nowadays.
in it. Wow. Okay, well, whatever the case may be, did George chime in?
No,
putting
he's
his
still.
putting his
Okay,
nines
well,
together.
it sold for $21,000,
Okay.
which I thought was pretty good. Okay, next up, the 32 Chevrolet Confederate.
Oh.
That is a fancy car, if you
Yeah.
ask me.
It looks nice.
Yep.
I didn't even
Two-
know they made a Confederate.
I didn't either. But this is a 32 Chevy Confederate. If I was going to buy a car like this would probably be something that I would be interested in.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You've once again, Mars, you zipped ahead.
I didn't touch it.
No, there's somebody did.
Is it like a 1-year model?
I don't know.
Confederate?
I have no clue.
Has it ever been recalled?
I don't know any of that. And it comes with its own torque wrench.
21,000.
21,000.
Jeff Heisman says 39.
All right.
And George is 21,999.
Well, once again, George has won the lottery.
I hope he's
because
got
it
a big
sold for
garage.
$22,050. Next up, the previewed 59 Ford F100. Now, this look, I mean, I don't think that car ever came with wide whites. It wasn't
No.
even an option.
No.
And the grill has been painted.
Yeah.
There's
So
things,
that's a
things
mod.
with it. It's modified.
It's a mod.
59 Ford F100.
Yeah.
19.
19.
Yeah, 'cause it's got a V8 in it, a lot of chrome on it.
Wide whites.
Anybody else?
They were working.
Yeah,
Jeff
George
says
is-
17.
George is, Jeff is
Oh,
17.
that's Jeff 17.
Yeah. And anyway, I will tell you that it sold for $31,500.
Oh.
$31,500. Man, you got to really love something like
Yeah.
that for $31,500.
Yeah.
And last up, this is for Jeff Zeka.
Oh, I like it.
A 60 Ford Galaxy.
Yeah, baby.
With fender skirts.
Yes.
God.
Oh, it's got some.
Take
big-
those fender skirts off
no,
of there.
leave it.
All right, how much did it sell for? A 60
gonna-
Ford Galaxy. It looks all stock and it looks really nice.
17.
17.
Some big
17,
wide
really?
whites.
Look at the
That's
engine.
all I'm
Look at
paying
that
for is
V8 in it.
17.
70.
David Lusk, it says 25K.
25K.
Oh, good.
Well, he's closer than anybody else
Heitzman's
so
at
far.
31.
31. Okay.
Thought George might come in here. He may be in shock after seeing
Putting
all
the
that.
nines on there.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that this one sold for $36,286.
Off today. I still like. Oh, he said 13,999.
Yeah.
George and I are going together on this one.
Okay.
He's got no room in his garage.
No, he's probably got room in his garage.
Yeah.
You don't.
No.
There's that. Okay, so we're done with this segment. Coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have a couple stories making automotive news headlines this week. Stay with us. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this quick break. The Easter Bunny's coming to the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m., and you're invited too. Bring the kids and grandkids. It's a cruise in like you've never attended before. With a donation to Shirley's Kids, you'll get a free Lupi Tortilla breakfast taco. There'll be coffee and adult beverages, plus chili pepper trophies for the best hot rod, best modern classic, and best classic. There's no entry fee and no registration. Just bring your ride and the kids. Bad bunnies aren't allowed, but the Easter Bunny will be there, and he'll be full of joy to help make this Tailpipes and Tacos a very special one. Photo opportunities abound. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be streaming around the globe, and you could be selected to tell your car story to a global audience. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In Easter Edition, Saturday, April 4th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, located on 99 the Grand Parkway, just south of I-10, the Katy Freeway in Katy. Make plans now. Lupi Tortilla, eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In-Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In-Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In-Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists. Okay. Be sure and join us for our live show every week. In-Wheel Time airs Saturdays, 10 to noon, Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Next week, Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at Lupi Tortilla in Katy. Special time, special broadcast, 8 to 11 with the bonus hour. Time now for Jeff's Cruise In and Events calendar.
You bet. And this one's for you, George. The Temple Malts and Motors monthly cruise in at Bold. This is next Saturday. It's from 11 to 2. It's at 7060 Stone Hollow Drive in Temple, Texas. This goes on. It's actually at the Bold Republic Brewing Company in West Temple. The event occurs every first Saturday of the month. They've got some winter hours, but we're over those as well. All vehicles are welcome, including cars, trucks, motorcycles. Attendees can enjoy craft brews, food, music, all the stuff that goes on with a good time at a car show. Then you got car show and cook-off. This is also Saturday of next week at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 1901 Lakeshore Drive in Port Arthur, Michael. The car show and cook-off takes place at Cosmopolitan Masonic Lodge. Say that
Easy for
fast.
you to
I
say.
know. It marks the 4th annual event. The car show runs from 8 to 1. We just said that. There's no entry fee. Donations are requested. Cook-off teams begin at 8. Everybody's out there to have a good time in Port Arthur. Then another Saturday event. This one's called Under Construction Rides Car Show. It goes from 10 to 4. It's at 16580 Highway 45 South in Conroe. The Under Construction event takes place at the Cigar International Lounge there up in Conroe.
They have an international lounge.
International
in Conroe.
Lounge. Judging for
Okay.
the show will occur at 3, followed by awards at 4. And, of course, it features 15 overall awards, cars, trucks, bikes, all that good stuff. And then next Sunday, which is Easter Sunday, and I say this because there's only a couple events going on for Easter Sunday. Everybody's going to still be traveling back from the Lupe Tortilla event that we're doing on Saturday, so it's all going to be combined there. But it's the Mauriceville Cruisin'. It's at 11261 Highway 12 in Orange, Texas, Michael. Classic car enthusiasts can gather at Leslie's Place for Mauriceville Cruisins. Right about noontime, participants are encouraged to bring their classic cars, hot rods, rat rods, resto mods, all what you're driving. Features food, fun, and bench racing. So there you go. Not arm wrestling, bench racing.
No, bench
I wanted-
racing.
I
It's hard to
wanted
get
to show you guys something.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And we could use this for a background. Maybe we could start
We
doing
could,
that
yeah.
when we come back in the studio next week. So my friend Bill Seitz, who everybody knows, I think, at least that watches the show on a regular basis, Bill and Sharon, his wife, and I have, been friends for a long, long time, since 1977. And Bill and Sharon and I were in the same Corvette club. That's how I met them way back then. So Bill is a very talented artist.
Oh, my goodness.
And he has a company called Autographics. And one of the things that he does is that he takes people's cars and he makes a painting of them. And you'll find a lot of his work at the Hemi Hideout out there, along with a lot of other people that are in the business, in the hobby, that know Bill and actually have hired him to make portraits of
Sure.
his car.
Yeah.
So he surprised me this week and came over and said, "I got something for you." And he gave me this, and I don't know whether you can see that real well or not, but anyway, it's a painting of my car, and on the back of it he says, "Congratulations to our longtime friend, 45 plus years, love, Bill and Sharon." And so I thought, well, you know what? I need to do something really nice for Bill, and what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to, and Mr. Mars, this is new. Mars doesn't know this yet. I'm going to do a little 30-second commercial for him featuring some of his artwork. And maybe perhaps if you've got, a friend, a husband, a wife, or somebody that's got a special car in their life, then he is in the business to sell these.
Right.
And he can make one for you. And I'll give you all the information on how to get in touch with him. But I wanted to thank Bill Seitz and his wife, Sharon. But Bill's the artist behind all of this. And he does such a beautiful job. And he's a dear, dear friend, and I certainly do appreciate
It's a
it.
gorgeous picture.
It really
Make a
is.
great Father's Day gift.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you could turn it around that quickly, but
Well, you
could-
would have
we
to do a
could
little
see.
planning about Christmas.
You'd have to commission
Or
it. You gotta
birthday.
commission the artwork. And,
Right.
and
Sure.
It's the signs that you see at auto shows and autoramas and things of the car and the descriptions. Like you had one for your Corvair.
Yes.
That he did for you.
Yes.
And it's that type of artwork. It's very, very nice stuff.
Yeah, and you'll really appreciate
Mm-hmm.
it. A couple of stories I wanted to spit out here. French supplier Vallejo. Now that is not Valero. This is Vallejo. Is building a $225 million factory that will provide General Motors with central compute units for the automaker's next generation vehicle architecture. The plant is down in McAllen, Texas, where that's where they're going to
Right.
build it, near the border with Mexico. It'll be built in phases over 5 years and begin production late next year, 2027. Vallejo North America President Jeffrey Shea said that's just before GM plans to launch its centralized computing platform on the Cadillac Escalade IQ in 2028. So,
Wow.
yeah, big doings down there. Here's something that'll really tick you off. To leave kind of end the show with this.
Okay, it's been that kind of day.
Yeah, it has been. Just very frustrating.
Pound the desk.
Ford Motor Company CEO Jim Farley's total compensation jumped nearly 11% last year to $27,519,558.69. The highest total since he became CEO in 2020. Why he is still the CEO is a baffle to me. That's after the company exceeded initial quality targets.
What?
Despite posting record recalls.
That's-
What sense
that's
does that
oxymoron
make?
there.
Maybe that was one of the targets.
Farley's non-equity incentives jumped 255% after the company hit 130% of its overall bonus targets. While it reached just 64% of earnings targets, the company reached the maximum 200% of quality goals related to vehicles with 0 and 3 months in service. It also hit 200% of its integrated services. I'm just baffled.
So they're measuring quality on 0 days, which means it's as soon as it rolls off the assembly line up to 3 months, and it's most likely still sitting on the dealer's lot for 3 months. So how could they find something that's wrong? So I can see where he would get big numbers off of that.
Okay, well, good for him. We're going to take a quick break while I try to cool down. And we're going to wrap up today's show after this quick break here on In Wheel Time. Stay with us.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches millions of folks around the globe each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, Facebook, and don't forget our podcasts. Catch our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guests, new car reviews, along with popular features, including driving destinations, Jeff's car culture, the latest car news, cruise-ins, and racing days. It's all on InWheelTime.com. Join us.
Well, that's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at InWheelTime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you have an idea, event, road trip, or tall tale you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. Hey, when you're in the mood for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast store. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time video coordinator is we always need more Jeff Zekin, the booking agent and video editor, Michael Out of This World Mars, and Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks for our weekly show contributors to Jeff Heitzman and George Skelton. Join us next week when we'll be at the Easter edition of Tailpipes and Tacos at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy. That's 8 to 11 a.m. next Saturday. If you can't make it out, join us online, and we hope you tune in. Have a great, safe weekend, and so long for now.